Welcome back, survivors. I'm the SurvivalVis, and we return to Carnivores 2+. So we are going to be returning to Manya Jungle for quite a few hunts for like this map before we do move on. And what I'm probably going to do, from playing Manya Jungle last week against the Stratusauruses, I don't think I actually want to use a sniper rifle on this map, because I feel like it's going to be a bit difficult when things might be able to like get up and over hills and in close with it, given how Manya Jungle is pretty rugged with how like steep in that it is. So I think I'd be better off with a mix of maybe the double barrel and the regular rifle. And that leaves us not a lot of points to go for, but I can still take a few things. So maybe we'll go for some of the easier ones to get, like, yeah, we can do something like, I still got 75, eh? If I take that and that, that's not too bad of a loadout, actually. It's basically all of the earlier animals, aside from some of the heavier hitters. And then we got a nice mix of sidearm, up close, and distance. So we'll take double ammo with that, and everything is looking good, so we'll hop in and get onto this new hunt onto Manya Jungle. Okay, we've loaded in, and as we can see, we're already facing our first, Okay, yeah, he is trying to come... There you go, you finally found your way down. And just give me a moment. I was going to say, I guess, yeah, it seems like the gray rocks, they really have a lot of trouble unless I guess they hit certain patches they can kind of find the way down. But pretty easy to get our first animal of the hunt with an Allosaurus with the double barrel. Walk basically right into it. So I'm trying to think of where we are in relation to anything, because comments from last week from KirillusHardrocker, I believe that was, that's kind of the pronunciation, K-I-R-I-L-U-S Hardrocker. Sir KirillusHardrocker mentioned that I was near one of the Easter eggs, and this is also one of the maps that has, or kind of one of their favorite maps from the Carnivore series, if not their favorite. And I can see why. It definitely does feel very jungle-esque with the ambience, layout, vegetation, stuff like that. So last week I was actually pretty close to an Easter egg, but I can't remember where I exactly was map-wise. I think I was more towards the east of here. But either way, I'll just go for a little bit of a walk around and just do some regular hunting in that and see what there is in store. And I'm actually... See, I'm probably going in the opposite direction of what I should, because for once the wind actually seems to be blowing in a good direction for me. Like, if I were to go southeast, west-ish, I think I'd still be pretty good there. I'm just trying to think of where that approximately was last week. Because it was, I think around when the Spino ambushed me towards the end of the episode, is where there was almost like, looked like a cave area I could have gone into. Oh, just little Moz chops. Jeez, I don't think I need the double barrel to take care of you. I don't think I'd have anything left of that Moz chops if I used that on it. I think I'd turn Moz chops into pork chops. We'll go along and see. So it's somewhere around like these mountain areas. Yeah, again, I guess just because like how I got thrown in from the Stratosaurus a few times, kind of lost my sense of placement of where exactly I was, but I'm sure with multiple hunts I'll find it in time. Right now we're just going to enjoy whatever we can really find or see on this hunt. And enjoy a little bit of a walk. And this will probably be the first week that we won't have another episode for Friday, because I did want to wrap up Carnivores World. It did do very good on the channel, but I did feel like I was going to be kind of tapping it for a lot of the content. And I figured Carnivores World was a nice thing to give a little preview of it while it's still work in progress, and I can always come back more to it. Let's make sure we always leave them wanting more than feeling like they've had too much in a way. So yeah, I'm going to take a little break for this week, so there won't be anything this Friday afterwards. I'll have to see, depending on how things come in, because Dino System is also wrapped up this week, and I have to try to see if you guys have any suggestions, or if not, I'll have to figure out something myself for it, and go from there about what I might do as the next series. Okay, so we're kind of just covering over old territory we've been before. So we'll just work our way over this way further. But yeah, I've been trying to think of what would be nice to kind of slide into the channel. Not like specific game-wise, but almost more like a genre in a way. Like, we've had Dino System was a survival game, and that, again, it's always nice to keep survival game on the SurvivalVis channel. We've got Prehistoric Hunt, which is still probably got a few weeks to go because of the collars that have been put in. I can work the new weapons, the tracking, so that's probably going to stick around for the Monday afternoons. Turok, it's still probably going to be a few weeks because the levels are still fairly big in that, and I'm not exactly, like, speeding through it. I am trying to slow down a little bit more and be completionist towards the tail end there. So Turok's probably going to be sticking around. Monster Hunter, definitely has so much content left to do. It's basically going to be good for... Oh god, I don't even know how much longer it'll be good for, to be honest, because I'm still only in the high-rank village. There's all of G-rank beyond still. So that one has so long it can keep going. And then I think that basically brings us back to Friday, where, again, Carnivores 2+, we still got quite a few weeks to go. I've got to grind up the points and get us further along there. And... yeah, we're kind of walking around some areas, so maybe I will actually stumble across that spot from last week before I know it. Trying to think of what else I wanted to talk about. Then the Hunter is basically a staple for the weekends, so... yeah, everything's actually shaping up as just trying to figure out 1 or 2 new series to slot in here or there. And then the channel also has been steadily growing. We are getting subscribers a little bit faster than it has been for the past while. I'm not sure if it's just like there's certain lull points where you're lucky if you see 1 per week, or... now we're at least getting 1 per day, which I'm pretty happy with. Like, with how the growth is... it's never really been, like, super steady for growth, so as long as there's, like, some, I'm more than happy with it. Yeah, so we're up around here. I'm guessing... maybe it's more to the south-ish. I will keep the shotgun handy just in case, because I never know what's going to be on the other side of these hills. Like, one of the things about Manya Jungle, just from the little bit I have played, is to be cautious as you're going up and down all of the hills and that. Sometimes you get lucky, it might just be a little moss drops. Other times, it could easily be a raptor or an allosaurus on you. So it helps just to stay a bit more cautious when you're going about. And I'll just quickly dimension on out too. Okay, so we're up to this little area. And actually, this kind of reminds me of Vanguard Fjords with like the little valley area with like the desert to it. So we got an area like this. I was just going to see if there's anything I could spot from way up here, but it looks like it's pretty empty. Oh, just Gallimimus. And I thought it might have been a raptor. Again, always be safe with those two. The body builds are so similar that I could easily see you mistaking one for the other. Yeah, there's like the toucan going. Is that the toucan call or is that from another animal? It basically seems like that's a staple jungle ambient sound effect. Whenever you're going to put jungle in, you almost have to have that sound play just to enforce the point. Or would that kookaburra sound? I'm actually not too sure now. I'm sure maybe one of you guys in the comments knows and will be quite happy to be able to chip right up and say, I know exactly what that is. That's actually this. But yeah, it's just one of those generic, classic ways to kind of put in, okay, that's a jungle sound. Yeah, I'll keep working my way. We'll start going towards the south here, because there were, again, a few interesting points to go and try to find on the map. Oh, and hello. And on our way, it looks like we have found ourselves the little Ankylosaurus. Now, this is actually pretty good, because we have the wind in our favor. It's just that Ankylosaur is always a tricky one to try to get down. With how the mortal zones are on it, it's very difficult to try to get, like, that upward angle you need for, like, the stomach and that. And if you don't hit it, then Ankylosaur is... it's basically, like, as it is, a tank. Oh! A tank that I apparently managed to find the sweet spot of. I didn't think I'd actually get that on the first hit. Well, we've got ourselves an Allosaurus and a Ankylosaurus now. Guys, still got like one of the more alien looks compared to like how we interpret Ankylosaurus now. Like the teeth in the jaw, the different shape to the head in that. Looks less like a plated animal and more like just a walking spike bar in a way. Yeah, it just goes to show like how different time can be and what changes with our understanding and further knowledge we gain. But we'll leave him snoozing there and continue our way southwards. So let's see what we got over on this half, because I don't think I was really around this half of the map. I think I was mostly more to northwestish area from last week. So I'm going to be a bit cautious, because some of the ambient noises in that still catch me a little off guard as we're going. I think we'll probably have another 2-3 weeks on Manya Jungle, really farm the points up, and then we'll be able to go to, I think, Mount Raven is the next one. And from the sounds of it, it's going to be an even more rugged map than this one's been. Because this map is... I'm trying to remember what Kirillus? I wish I knew how I could pronounce that better. As soon as I'm stumbling on a single word, everything else wants to fall apart on me. But I think the next map is almost like a predecessor to how Triassic maps were, or Carnivores Triassic had its maps. And those maps were rugged and all kinds of stuff, like very hilly, bumpy. It just definitely seemed like you really were going up and down heavily on them. So it'll be interesting to actually see what that's like in comparison to how Manya Jungle is, where, like, Manya's not too rugged, it's actually fairly... Oh, well. Are you coming in to say hi? I think you are. There we go. Yeah, I think one of the things I gotta do is actually be a little more patient with these guys. Maybe I'm thinking because of, like, how fast the Velociraptors can be. I'm trying to take shots a little earlier than I should, and it's when they're up close. Boomstick does very good. Boomstick do best. Oh, yeah, that's our second Allosaurus of the hunt. So we are actually getting a few animals down. Nothing that's like the big, huge cache of points yet. I think that would probably be if we do find, say, Velociraptor or Chasmosaurus. But it's hard to say what else we might come across. Okay, just Gallimimus. Again, double check those. That build can easily get you by surprise. And then we'll go around this and see what we have on the other side here. Well, we'll just keep going. Oh, is that? Oh, moss chops. Okay. I thought I saw something a little different just as like a little... Yeah, I just saw his back here, so... And another Gallimimus. Boogie boog boo boo. Not exactly the fastest little things to go running off, are they? Well, at least we'll scare them out of here. One less thing I have to try to worry about as we're going around into new territory. Oh. Yeah, there we go. That's a bit better. First shot just got a little clip, but then the second was able to put him down for good. So that's actually probably our biggest scoring animal for this little outing we're on. I think Velociraptor is 15 points. I feel like that might still be a little bit of a high ball for the estimate. Oh, actually, I think I'm right back to where I was talking about that Easter egg from last week. Yeah, I think this is the cave I spotted in the distance when I got the Spino back that way. So let's take the double barrel and see what's down and in here. Oh. I think there's actually, like, proper cave ambient sounds. Like a little drip of water or a little creek or... Okay, I don't like that. That makes it sound like something else is moving in here. Let's just go through to the back of here. Yeah, I really don't like the scraping and the scratching. This kind of reminds me of the experience of, like, playing in Carnivores Mandibles with the, was it the Hive level, or the Hive map? Something like that. Where it was more just like this atmospheric experience, less so than worrying about, like, actually hunting or there being something that can get you on the map. Although with the Modders Edition engine now, who knows what potential that'll open up, because you could... Oh, excuse me. You might be able to place, like, specific ambient animals. Oh. Well, that is quite the Easter egg tucked back here, isn't it? Oh, Lord, this is just alien right here. This is literally nothing but alien. These are the face hugger eggs. Oh, actually, I can hop on one, see if there's anything in there. Yeah, this is just a straight-up alien reference. Okay, well, that's interesting to find here. So that was the little Easter egg. I'd probably say it's worth it just come down into this little area, see what it's like. We'll see if we can also find our way out from a different exit. I know there was one up to the north, but considering how we kind of came down into the system, I'd rather try to see if I can find, like, a southern exit. So I think I came around through that way, so let's try this side. They might even just branch up to the same place, but we'll just go for a little run and see. But yeah, I do not like that scratching sound. That just makes me feel like there is something else in here. And, okay, actually we're just going to pop out from where we came in. Okay, but again, it's kind of cool tucked away, and to see that there were caves and ideas like that in the original Carnivores. Or Carnivores 2, sorry. Because Manya Jungle, as I'm pretty sure, thanks to you guys in the comments letting me know, this is a proper staple map from the base Carnivores 2 PC game. This is one of the ones that hasn't really had any changes done to it for, like, bringing it into Carnivores 2 Plus, or basically the mod built onto Carnivores 2. So this is just one that's been, I think, untouched and hasn't really been changed in that regard. And this is the other point of interest that was mentioned in the comments from last week, was the swamp down in the southeast. I don't know if there'd actually be any animals down in there. Looks like a few ambient, but I don't know if there'd actually be anything, like, huntable in there. I'll still do a little bit of a walk around from up here just to get a look into it. You know, let's even see how deep the water is. Okay, actually, it is shallow enough that there could be herbivores through here. At least I think there can be. I remember from the AI for Carnivores, the herbivores can't actually go into or cross the water. They're kind of stuck on whatever land they're on when they spawn. But the carnivores are able to actually swim and either swim out away from you or actually swim across the water to try to get to you. So the swamp here, I think... It'd be nice if I could actually find, like, a herbivore to see if shallow water is exempt from that or not. But I don't know if I'll get so lucky in this area. You know what, I actually haven't even tried calling any animals either, so let's see if there's anything nearby. No parasaur. Doesn't sound like there's an ankylosaur. No stego. Yeah, I don't think an allosaur. Yeah, I'm not hearing any reply, so I think the swamp might be an area that doesn't have any animals this go around. Yeah, I've cycled through the roster and we haven't had any replies, so I think this area just didn't have anything in store for this outing. And then I'll try to work our way out of here again, but It is actually pretty neat to have this little, like, micro area in the larger map. Like, the size of it is incredibly extensive, so that's... No? Yeah, Mimus right there. Yeah, so westward's probably going to be our best bet, though. I don't see being able to climb over the ridgeline there, so I'll probably have to do a little run around the north end of it. I mean, I could try going south, but from the looks of it, it just borders the swamp entirely on this side. So we'll just get our way out of here. Yeah, keep the double barrel handy just for now, because we have had a few run-ins with carnivores so far. And see if we can maybe get one more animal to finish this episode off, because we have had pretty successful outings so far. Gotten to see a few nice areas. Took a nice look basically at the entire east side down in a way. It looks like if I were to go further south, it might just be more kind of general jungle, and then it hits... I'm guessing it's another mountain range, and we'll just see the snow up top, because it almost has like the snow-capped peaks all... Almost borders the map, really. I'm just going to do a little run around here and see if we can get out from this mountain side. So I don't think... Actually, if there was even anything up on it, I don't know if it'd be able to get down because of how steep that is. It's kind of like how the Ceratosaurus... Oh, I guess, yeah, from last week. I was thinking more from the week before on Vengar Fjords, where... It was up out of the one valley and just kind of kept circling around before it eventually... Actually, no, it didn't even find its way down. We spent enough ammo to take it down without getting a mortal zone shot. No, we got another Ankylosaurus. It's not one I overly like going for because of how tricky that mortal zone shot is, but, I mean, we pulled it off once, so maybe I can... Dumb luck can win the day twice... Oh. Gallimimus, okay. Yeah, if that was a Velociraptor, I probably wouldn't have had the time to be able to actually, like, defend myself properly. Oh, actually, you're pretty close by. See, it's... Oh! Well, today's my day for taking these guys down. That was the second one with just a single shot to it. The hardest part, I always find, is trying to get it so that way you're not shooting too low, but you're not shooting too high. There's, like, that sweet middle ground. I'd probably say just underneath where, like, the green line borders him for the counter shading on them. And that's probably your sweet spot to try going for. I will just take this out for another moment in case there's anything super close, but I think... Yeah, you know, we'll take the points here and just enjoy a little bit of a successful hunt for a change. After last week getting mauled by the Ceratosaurus, this is more than worth it. Okay, so we're back in the hunt menu. I don't think we really earned that much point-wise, but if I turn everything off, I can probably see... Yeah, so if we really wanted to, we could go for... Ooh. See, as much as I have the point for the Rex, I think I can only really do those guys at a certain way, because the Rex is so lethal in Carnivores, or Carnivores Plus when we hunted them. They were lethal as all hell. So I don't know how I do in 2+. But I can probably look at starting to go after the Spinosaurus with the double barrel and the rifle. And they might be a little fitting to hunt in the jungle here. Kind of gives that Jurassic Park 3 vibe to it. Oh, excuse me. But I think for here, we'll wrap this episode of Carnivores 2+ here. Thank you guys for joining me on another episode of the series. If you did like the video, be sure to give us a like. And if you have any comments, tips, or tricks, be sure to leave in comments right down below. Until I do see you in the next video, though, survivors, please remember, as always, to take care and stay alive.